Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Junkies. Let's talk about that last episode of She-Hulk. Alright, so everyone out there who's been watching and seen my review of She-Hulk thus far, you know I've been waiting for one thing to happen in this series. While I love She-Hulk and I've been enjoying it, I've been waiting for Daredevil to show up. From this point on, all of you are wondering, going to be full of spoilers, and I'm not going to protect you from them. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch. All right. So last episode, Daredevil showed up. We saw the helmet in the episode prior, and finally he shows up here. My man Charlie Cox was back in the yellow suit. It was amazing to see it on screen, just like I knew it would be. First and foremost, they got the power levels right on these characters, I think. Daredevil's cool. He's in my top two, right next to the Hulk. They're my 1A and 1B favorite heroes. But Daredevil is not on the power of a Hulk. He's acrobatics and shenanigans. They carry him a little, but a Hulk is just too much raw strength and power to carry through in a fight. A Hulk's not just a little hand ninja or even a group of them. And so seeing them actually fight and seeing that play out, I thought they did a great job of showing that difference in the power of these two characters. Like all team-ups in comics, it started with a fight. In this case, though, it's actually a courtroom fight that Matt and Jen are in, and Matt wins, and then they fight in costume, and She-Hulk wins. And then, like all hero team ups, after they fight each other, they team up to take out the bad guy, who was Leapfrog. Ribbit and Rip It has to be the dumbest line since Broncos Country Let's Ride, but it's also amazing. It's kind of a testament to the writers themselves. They made something completely ridiculous endlessly entertaining. Like, I'm gonna find every stupid time to say Ribbit and Rip It probably for the next 5 years. So Matt and Jen team up together, they take down Leapfrog, and then these two characters do what they do best in every one of their comic books. They hook up with someone. It happens to be each other. Matt and Jen get around. Just FYI, this is not something they just did for this show. For those of you that don't read Daredevil or She-Hulk, they tend to sleep with whatever guest is in their book. They probably each have a body count bigger than Tony Stark. Maybe not Tigra, but she's wild. Overall, really enjoying the show. Disney's doing different things with their various shows, and I do think She-Hulk is tailored more for that mass appeal kind of show. It's a sitcom, guys. Was it ridiculous to see Matt doing a walk of shame post hookup in his suit, boots in hand? Yes, it was. Would that be the kind of dumb shit you would see in the Marvel Universe if you lived there? Yeah, it is. So I really like that take on it. To get a little deeper, though, the episode was a great examination on this toxic kind of male incel culture that reacts so vehemently to this show. Jen herself, in this story, is really this nice guy with a fedora. Like, she's almost parallel to that same character, right? She's not noticed as a teen. Remember, she at the wedding, all her friends, the way they treated her, like, that's, you can tell that that's how historically they've treated her, right? She's not been treated well. She didn't even really want to go, but she was in the party, so she said she had to go, right? But you can see, like, wasn't a popular kid as a teen, and she was really kind of bullied. She had awful luck with the opposite sex. We saw that at the start of the series, right? She's bullied by her more attractive and athletic peers, and she gets this mindset of, like, these guys only want to hook up with She-Hulk. They don't care about Jen. And it's a great parallel to these nice guys who are always wondering, like, why don't girls want to date a nice guy like me? And it's like, well, you're not that nice a guy. But it turns out that Abomination, which they've done a great job with, not just making him just another campy tough guy villain, right? He helps her with therapy to accept who she is, green and all. And all the men, like, in that same group with her, seemed like they were headed down that same incel path, which, again, interesting. Story's a lot deeper than people think it is when they actually look at it instead of just hating it to hate it. Our channel metrics, which I can see, tell me that like 99% of our viewers are dudes. And so what a lot of many nice guys don't know, if you actually bother to look at a magazine or anything, you could pick this up. But, like, women have as much trouble dating as men. The difference is they have all the same insecurities as guys do, and it's not like they can just magically have whoever they want. The difference is that, like, dudes worry that chicks are going to laugh at them, and chicks worry that dudes are going to kill them, because that's the difference in our society with the way that it plays out. And so you have this great examination of this entire culture wrapped up in this comedy show full of superheroes. So then you have this shadowy Reddit group, Reddit-based group called Intelligentsia, who, from what we can see, really just hates Jen for being Jen, right? They just hate that She-Hulk's not He-Hulk, and they're upset about it. She doesn't meet their unrealistic expectations. She's not impressed with the rich guy creeper who hits on her and thinks he's owed a night in bed with her because he's rich and he bought a Wakandan spear. In the end, she falls for Matt, a guy who can't actually see her at all, to judge her by her looks about her being She-Hulk or not. He gets to know Jen and respects her and treats her as a partner and not an object. And so this show has done an amazing job analyzing and at times ridiculing the people that are in opposition to it. And you have to realize that they have to do that months ahead. Like they're writing this 6 to 12 months ahead of time to actually tackle the arguments about the show that happen when it comes out, which really is a testament to the quality of writing and the people behind the show and what they're putting together. When you think about it, even in a broader sense, you kind of see this moment with Jen where she's at the biggest moment of her career, right? Her parents are there. She's accepting this huge award. Turns out she's not the only one getting in the award, which is kind of fucked up in itself. And I don't know if people caught that. Like all the women had to, like 8 of them had to get one award, while the dudes just got their own single awards. And so they had to pick the best female lawyer, but they picked 8 of them instead of just giving it to one of them. And then in that biggest moment of her life, she gets stuck in this revenge porn scene that plays out. And so you see her Hulk out and she turns into the savage She-Hulk, and everyone's telling her to calm down. And it's a great juxtaposition to what you'll hear in real life from a lot of women, where they talk about how people are always telling them to smile and not look so upset, like they're not allowed to be upset. And it's similar in the show. You see this happen to her where it's literally the biggest moment of her life, and someone put revenge porn on the screen behind her, and people are still telling her to calm down. If there's ever a time to be fucking upset, that's probably the moment. So all in all, again, great show. Hope I didn't get too deep there for you, but I think it's important to look at what we're getting in this show and really look at the messages it's putting in between just the comedy and the scenes that are up there. It sucks that we're so far out from a Daredevil season at this point, but this review really is centered on She-Hulk, and I have to say I think it's been great. It's gotten better each week. The world building within the MCU is great, and the lighthearted tone is a nice break from so many of the so serious projects or the mid projects that just try too hard to be both serious and hilarious, like Thor: Love and Thunder, right? They couldn't pick a side and just stick with it there. And I like that this show kind of sticks with it. It's the perfect show for She-Hulk, so to speak. I can't wait to see what's happening in the next episode. I think it's the finale. Can't wait to see who's behind all this. Can't wait to see what they're doing with the Hulk blood. If you like this content, remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the other side.